Microphone, blue snowball. Okay, yeah. Oh, we're live. I always forget that she says that.
Me too. It's very like, ooh.
This is actually a mukbang.
Yeah.
I really, not on a podcast because I think that would be gross to like listen to us eat.
Yeah.
But I think that next time we're together, we should do like a video mukbang.
Oh, definitely.
Wait, I love watching those.
Squeaking in my ear.
What? It made it look like you're wearing like some sort of like FBI like earpiece. You were like
in the studio with my earpiece.
I'm trying to like chew away from the microphone.
I can't hear you chewing, which is my pet peeve. So
great.
No, I think a mukbang would be funny.
No, I don't care who you are. If mukbang comes up, I'm gonna watch it.
LOL.
One of my favorite ones because it's like so dumb. Lil Huddy has one. It's like him, Ryland, Nick, and like somebody else. And it's like the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And like most of the questions they talk about are dumb, but I don't know why it's so funny because they're just like stuffing their faces.
That's funny. I feel like not a lot of people do mukbangs anymore. That was very 2017, 18.
I wasn't on YouTube at that point, so now they're like a new thing for me.
Okay. That's funny. Maybe like in the fall, I thought it would be cool as a YouTube idea, a YouTube video idea to do like only eating out in Baton Rouge to like places I've never eaten before. And so it would be like a week of like me trying all these new places because I go to the same places every time.
Wait,
like,
how was that?
No, I didn't do it.
Oh.
But I thought it would be cool, so maybe I'll do it eventually one day.
No, that would be really cool. I'm here for it.
Also, one time I was like talking to Jonathan about this. I was like, Jonathan, I think it would be cool if I made a video like only eating from the Union for a week or so, only eating lunch from the Union for a week or something like that. Because then it would get like LSU traction, I guess.
No, definitely.
Okay,
wait. I'm finished eating. Okay,
cool.
My nutritious dinner.
Well, I kind of want to rave about what I had for dinner on the podcast, so we'll wait for a sec.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Wait, let me collect myself.
I'm thinking I have to do something, but Zoom is where it's at. This is so easy.
Genuinely. Wait, also, the shirt that I'm wearing, I don't want this on the podcast, but this can be on the YouTube. It's I don't know if I should say this word.
Go for it.
Out on the internet. I probably shouldn't, but I'm not gonna say the word, but it's my Big D Joe shirt.
Okay.
So like it says that on the shirt. I love this shirt, but I'm always nervous to wear it in public because
you know.
I am a youth pastor.
Okay, so speaking of him, start the podcast. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay. Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Wait, there's like food in my mouth. You know, like when there's stuff that's still in your teeth and you feel like you have to.
Yeah, wait, I need some Oh wait, my school bag is right here.
Also, casually sitting next to me.
Of course, that's so on brand.
Can this be the thumbnail?
Here we go. Okay, great. Before, maybe this is more on brand for me.
I'm screaming.
Okay, we're ready.
Wait, am I starting?
Yeah.
Okay. What is up? Hey guys, welcome to Seriously Fun with Katie and Sarah. This is Sarah.
This is Katie. This is episode 11 of the podcast.
Insane. How? I can't.
I almost said we're in double digits, but we were in double digits last week. But 11 is like different than 10.
No, definitely. Because you've already been in the double digits now for a whole
podcast.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Katie.
We have a podcast.
Katie, sometimes
I'm not trying to be aggravating. I just think it's cool.
This is why no one listens anymore, because they're like, yeah, we get it. You have a podcast. Like, you don't have to say
we're trying to be a fan of the podcast, but y'all just talk about how you only have anyway.
A podcast about having a podcast.
That's basically what we have. Okay, so what I was about to say is Sarah, well, first of all, Sarah, how are you doing? What'd you have for dinner today? Let's get a little segue going.
Doing well. I moved this weekend. Ask me how much I've packed.
0.
0. It's Wednesday. I move on Friday.
Perfect.
And then tomorrow I have work all day, and then I have plans through the night. Not through the
Great.
night. That makes it sound like I'm doing something. Like, no, I
You
just have
evening
plans. So, that's fine. For dinner I had McDonald's French fries and a chocolate shake. I'm just like the example of nutrition over here.
You truly are a health and wellness icon for us all.
Honestly, like I'm a nutritionist.
You are.
At this point, I mean, what other this is like the definition of healthy dinner.
Yeah, like whatever kind of health accounts you're following on Instagram, just go ahead and give them that unfollow. Like all you really need to be following is Sarah. So
Yeah.
But Sarah, I actually am also pursuing a health and wellness lifestyle.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so today for dinner I went to Sonic and got, this is what I wanted to talk about and why I needed you to tell me what you have for dinner so I could tell.
So basically you're telling me you didn't really care about what I had for dinner.
No, I can't. Well, first of all, I already knew.
That's true. You wanted to set yourself up.
Yeah, I was setting myself up.
Wow, real nice.
But I also wanted everyone to know that you're now a health and wellness YouTuber, podcaster, Instagrammer, influencer.
We're changing the name of this podcast to Seriously Healthy.
Okay, great. Anyway, shout out Macy Morrow. She put me on this thing from Sonic.
Oh, wait, I'm ready.
It's called a a cream slush.
Yeah. What?
Come on, I knew right when I was about to say it. I was like, Sarah's gonna know what this is already.
Who doesn't know what a cream slush is? Katie, I didn't know. It's basically ice cream and a slush together.
It's the perfect combination. I did not know this existed because it's not in the app. I'm like so loyal to the Sonic app, and I order from the app. Order, super nice.
I love Sonic, y'all. Sonic drinks all day, every day. But I'm like a spontaneous Sonic person. Like I'll be driving and be like, let's go get Sonic, and so I don't have time for the app.
Okay. No, see, you need the app because I'll be driving. I guess the spontaneity.
Half-price drinks, whatever.
Yeah, half-price drinks every single time.
Yeah.
And you can order ahead. And so if you're like about to leave somewhere, your food will be ready when you get there.
But a lot of times I'm literally in the process of driving and we'll pass Sonic and be like, we're turning around. Like,
that's good. Also, the app stops not working, but like you can't order from the app after 11 p.m., which is kind of dumb because I'm always at Sonic at like 1 a.m.
Also, Katie, the only Sonic, maybe not the only Sonic ever, but like Baton Rouge Sonic stays open 1,000 times later than any other Sonic ever.
Yeah.
Like I think my Sonic closes at 9 p.m.
I'm screaming. No, I think I realized that like my freshman year of college, I went home and like texted Brienne and was like, hey, let's go get Sonic. And it was like 10:30 and she was like, no, like Sonic is closed. And I was like, what do you mean Sonic is closed? It's not 3 a.m.
But that's like, I think everything in like Cane's in Baton Rouge open till
3 like, yeah, that's because it's a college town. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The majority of their business is probably from the hours of like 12 to 3. So
true.
Anyway, so if you don't know, now you know about a cream slush. Go and order. Macy drinks blue coconut cream slush.
Okay.
I got cherry, and then this past week when I was almost said Lafayette, like Charles, Sonic has Big Red now. I didn't know what Big Red was, but it's cherry cream soda. Like I don't know why they're calling it that, but they have that, and so I got Big Red cream slush.
Nice.
Slapped. That was my dinner. That's why I'm trying to like relate to you, tell you that.
Oh, I was like, how did we get here? So you had a Big Red or you had a cherry?
I had cherry. So I get there. This is really not important, but long story short, I was like, hey, can I get a Big Red cream? No, I was like, hey, do y'all have Big Red? She was like, yes. I was like, okay, cool. Can I have a Big Red cream slush? She was like, oh, we don't have the slush. We have the drink. And I was like, okay, fine. Can I have cherry cream slush? She was like, okay, cherry peach slush. And I was like, no.
Oh.
And then she was like, oh, cherry green slush. And I was like, no, cherry cream slush. So we like kind of went back and forth for a second. I felt very
What is a cherry green slush is my question.
No idea.
What even is that?
She probably had some follow-up question for, what if I was like, yeah, cherry green slush. So I had a little like run in with the Sonic woman, but it all worked out. She was really nice, actually. Shout out to this woman. I hope you're having a great day.
I'm sure she's listening.
Yeah, no,
She's probably one of our fans.
she like just took off of work so she could come
Wait.
listen to the. I'm not live right now. She's gonna take off of work on Sunday to listen to the.
Did you? Okay, you know that there are people. Well, maybe one day when we're big and famous, a lot of famous podcasters will do live podcasts, but they're not live where like either you can listen to them live, but they do them like where you can come and like it's like a concert, but it's a podcast. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that's perfect.
So you like sell tickets and people come and literally just watch you record the podcast.
I'm dead. Wait, that's cool. I mean, that's kind of what we're maybe we need to stop putting this on YouTube unedited because that's kind of giving it all away. Like the incentive would be like
Actually
it's
true.
raw.
But also like the incentive would be like just being there in person. Like
That's true. That's true. Can
you know?
Also, I mean, we kind of already do this, but like next time we're together, we could Insta Live. It's kind of the same thing.
Oh.
Insta Live, the podcast? Wait, here we are. Podcast planning.
Podcast planning?
Every time.
Oh my God.
That's not really a meeting. We just had an idea, guys. Chill.
Yeah. Actually, I'd love to talk about my future plans. I think I've decided I'm quitting my job and I'm
you're not.
move. And I wait, why did Kitty just act like I'm being 100% serious?
Oh, because you would do that. Sarah, you would okay, go back. Finish the joke.
Okay, it's kind of a joke, but also like a serious thing that I would like to do at some point in my life. I'm gonna quit my job, move to LA, and like just try to become an influencer.
Yeah, no, it's so real. Sarah, listen.
Okay.
If you're gonna do it,
Okay,
you gotta do it now.
I can't quit my job. This is the problem. I wish I lived somewhere that was like LA where I could still have the job I have, but also on the side, like start to become, you know?
Well, here's the confusing thing to me that I guess I don't really understand. Like, why do you need to move to LA to be an influencer? Like, why is everyone like, oh, I'm going to move there and like pursue whatever? Like, I realize it's like the cultural heart of entertainment and media.
Yeah.
What do you need to do? Just have a meeting?
I feel like
influencers be like, yeah, I have meetings this week.
No, actually though.
Like, what are you meeting about?
You know who
like,
always
we
says
have
that?
meetings.
You know who always says that? James Charles.
Yeah, and Emma Chamberlain. She's like, oh, I didn't really do too much today. I had like 3 meetings this morning. I'm like,
but I think they're meeting with like their managers and like
brands.
Ads, yeah, but like no, James Charles will always be on Snapchat like, I'm so sorry sisters that I haven't been posting, I've had meeting after meeting today, and I'm like, who are you meeting with? And he'll always be like, I cannot wait to tell you what we have planned.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But basically this is what I think. So I think that part of the appeal to LA is the connections, the networking.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like if I were to move to LA and let's say I meet I don't know. I meet Bryant, the photographer Bryant. I meet Bryant. Now I basically have an in to everyone.
It's so true.
I mean? So like I feel like when you it's so much easier to network when you're physically in the same place as people.
Makes sense.
I mean, makes why Addison and her family moved to LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But basically, it's just funny to me and our good friend Haley, we're like on this like obsession with all things TikTokers, the Sway House, the Hype House.
You sound like you're disclosing this information for the first time when I'm pretty sure we know.
Everyone knows. It's like kind of gotten to the extreme right now because there's a lot happening because the Sway House and the Hype House have been hanging out. They've been calling themselves the Swipe House. I think it's kind of funny.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Wait, that's funny.
There's also like all these new people that like seem to might be joining the Hype House. Just lots of things that most people don't care about, but I do.
Yeah.
And so we were today, Bryce Hall, one of the boys from the Sway House, which is also Haley's husband. That's who Haley loves.
Right.
Put out a YouTube video. And so like we were both watching it. And Haley was like, literally, like, why do we watch these stupid boys? But also I'm like cackling, laughing and I'm like, oh, 100%. And I was like, she was like, how do we become famous enough to just get to do fun stuff and get paid?
See, that is the goal.
And I was like, because like, I would say that we're pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
And funny and like, would be down to do like fun stuff for, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's
For
like I don't
content.
understand like how did they become like how do we I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like who like you just have to make it, whatever making it means.
Yeah. So that's
So
why I don't know. I just feel like yeah, I think like I don't know.
Sarah, let me graduate college and I'll be on my way with you.
Katie, honestly, we would run LA. Okay,
We
that's
would they would not know what hit them.
I think that they would have to like let us in.
Okay, speaking of TikTok, speaking of everything about
Okay.
LA, I have a story, you guys.
Okay.
I'm like
ready.
getting nervous, like thinking about it because I was so like scared earlier. Okay, so earlier I'm sitting in Highland Coffee. If you're not from Baton Rouge and you're listening to this, reveal your identity.
Do I think wait, never mind. Okay. I like when you said okay, we just continue because I have an idea of what you might say.
Honestly, you probably do. So
Okay, wait, go ahead.
You want to guess?
No, because if I'm like terribly off, then I'm gonna like be embarrassed. So
okay, I'm just gonna tell the story. So I'm sitting in Highland.
Wait, am I gonna freak out from this story?
Absolutely.
Okay,
But just like try to stay calm and like don't scream into the microphone, okay?
I'm like 95% sure I think I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, so I'm sitting in TikTok. I'm sitting in Highland and Brandon Das texts me, Kale is at Five Guys right now.
Katie, I literally knew that this was gonna happen. I was on Kale's TikTok live.
Okay, so was he.
Five Guys.
So I say, I'll put the receipts in the video, whatever. You lying?
Wait,
where you at? I'm at Highland.
genuinely-
OMG, should I go? Brandon said, yes, he's live on TikTok. That's the only reason I know. I said, Sarah would literally dig her grave. OMG, I have to.
Dig
said, I
her
figured
grave.
you'd be at Highland. So I pack up my things and I'm like, about to, well, I guess, yeah, for a second, I was like, do you know that he's at the one on Highland? He said, I have no clue, but check and see, LOL, if he's outside at the red table. And I'm like, shaking. I'm like, I'm like not that type of person. Like, honestly, if I saw a celebrity, I don't know, I just like don't want to go up to these people and bother
You'd have
them.
to act really casual.
Yeah, so I back up my things and I'm like, here we go, about to meet Kale Sarge. And I like am walking down Highland, like kind of I took a video on my phone. I'm gonna send it to you.
Wait, was he there?
No, he wasn't there. So
Oh.
I like put my eyes like up against the glass, like into the restaurant to like see if he's in there. And I was like, dang it, he's not here. So then I FaceTimed Brandon and I was like, okay, mission not accomplished. Kayla is not at this Five Guys. And then I was like, does he even live in Louisiana still? Like, where is this man at?
I was on the TikTok live and okay, when yeah, I'm really screaming at the fact that all you said was, speaking of TikTok and whatever, I was at Highland. The fact that I knew immediately because I was on Kale's live and I could like kind of tell that he wasn't at the one on Highland. Like I was literally looking at the background and it looked like the background was not Highland.
See, I almost called you. Like in
have.
the moment to like be on FaceTime with you if I were to walk up to him.
You should have.
But I was taking a video, so like it would have been still real.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Katie, oh my gosh.
Just know that like if it was for me, I wouldn't have gone. But I did it just in case, like for you. I just did it for you.
Oh.
Like wow. I don't really care. I mean, that would be cool, I guess. But I was hoping he'd be there so I could have the video for you of him being like, what's up, Sarah?
Well, yeah. Oh, Katie. I'm like waiting for Kale to go visit the Hype House because, we know that Kale and Taylor Holder are friends.
Right. And
Taylor Holder lives in the Hype House now.
The king of the Hype House.
So that means that when Kale goes to visit, Kale will be staying in the same house as my husband.
Right.
The connections are just too real.
We really need to meet Kale. Today was our chance. Kale, why were you not at Highland?
I don't understand why he won't answer our DMs.
True. I forgot.
How many? Wait, we're about to go look. Maybe this is a bad idea. We're about to go look and see how many followers Kale has. He did get verified on TikTok.
Wow.
He's not verified on Instagram. He only has, I mean, okay, this is a lot of followers.
Only.
But he only has 281,000.
Yeah,
that's like not that many. And like, I just feel like he has definitely seen the DMs. Should I DM him right now? Wait, I should send a video. Be like, hey, Kale, this is the podcast.
I'm
Please
dead.
answer.
Do it
I
if
just-
you want.
I don't understand. I'm about to be like, hello, Kale.
It's your favorite podcaster.
It's me again. Still wanting you on the podcast.
Oh, dang it. We didn't set a timer for the video. Well, we started at like
Oh.
8:05.
Okay. I said, hello, Kale. It's me again. Still wanting on the podcast. Hope you're well. Sent.
Dead. All right.
Wow. That would have been insane if you saw him.
I don't know why I was so nervous.
Yeah. Why were you nervous?
I don't know. I was
think
like,
I would've- You like packed your things up. I would have legit just ran out of Highland Coffee.
well, I had all my computer and stuff.
I think I still would have just run out. Be like,
That's
is-
what I'm saying. Like, if Brandon, first of all, I would have never known. Brandon texted me and I was like, if you were to find out that Kale was at Five Guys on Highland and I was in Highland and I knew and I didn't do anything, you probably would like have shunned me and cancel the podcast forever.
Yeah, we would have never done the podcast again. I would have never spoken to you.
No, I knew that and I was like, okay, guess I'm going to Five Guys right now.
So funny. Dang.
yeah.
That's just funny because I was also on his live today.
That is funny.
If I wouldn't have saw his live, I would have no idea where this was going. But I
Right.
saw the live.
Right.
And like his lives only had like, it was like 600 people. Like, that's really not that many.
It's really not.
Like Charlie gets
Considering
online
they're also
like 100,000.
yeah. And it's like also he's not famous enough to not be able to go live in public places for like a swarm of 5 million people to come bother him.
Could you imagine if Lil Huddy went live in the public? He probably doesn't even go out in public. That's dramatic. He does.
Yeah.
Everyone would be coming to where he was.
This is so random. Here's my plug of the day. Billie Eilish did this interview and it's like the same interview 3 years in a row. Have you seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, it's first of all the production is amazing. I don't know who the interview is by, but it's great. And then the one of the questions is like something about can you go out in public? And the like 2-year mark, she's like, I can go to the grocery store, Trader Joe's. And then like the 3rd year, with like the most recent one, she's like, can't go to Trader Joe's. Tried it, and I feel bad for her.
Same. I feel bad for celebrities. Like,
Not really, actually.
okay. I just feel like I wish that people would respect their privacy.
Yeah, I also.
As I'm literally talking about running out of Highland Coffees to meet Kale.
Well, here's the thing. What was I about to say?
I don't know.
I'm probably because I'm just like not that into TV and movies and stuff, but
Yeah.
the whole like being starstruck,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have that for a lot of people.
Okay.
Like I
Name-
don't think
Name
that-
one person who you would just absolutely die over meeting.
the first person that came to my mind. Well, the first person that came to my mind was Justin Bieber. The second person that came to my mind is Beyonce because these people are like
yeah.
actual living legends, you know. But I
Yeah.
would just be scared because like they're so great.
Yeah.
But I still think that they're normal people, and I like would not scream and jump on them, you know.
Oh no, definitely. No, definitely. And like the odds of you meeting them though are astronomically low.
Yes.
But like the odds of meeting someone like Kale so much higher because he's not even really famous.
Right. And so that's why today I was like, this isn't gonna be weird. I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up? Like,
No, 100%.
I'm a fan. Like,
See,
how are you doing?
This is me like freaking out, but in the moment I would act so cool, you know? Like
No, I totally.
you
see
know,
that.
like I would probably freak out afterwards, like telling all my friends, be like, you're never gonna believe what just happened.
right.
But in the moment, I would 100% be like cool as ice and just like, you know,
Cool as ice.
I mean, I would.
She said, "Cool as ice." It reminds me of a time my friend, Jordan Vicknair, was at the Ed Sheeran concert in New
Okay.
Orleans like a couple years back, and she looks over and Lauren Daigle is like in the audience, like
Oh my
at the
gosh.
concert. And
Yeah.
so she like went up to her, and Brienne has this video of Lauren Daigle being like, "Hi, Brienne, like Jordan, you're
Wait, I feel like I've heard this story before.
probably it's like Brienne's favorite thing." Well, then she's like since met Lauren Daigle again, which is so
Yeah.
aggravating. But anyway, so it would have been like that today if I would have been like, "Kill,
Yeah.
take this favor from my friend Sarah."
Yeah.
Anyway.
Even if I met someone like let's say I saw Lil Huddy in the streets. That sounded very weird in the streets.
Lil Huddy in the streets.
But, like if I saw Lil Huddy somewhere, I would totally just be like, "What's up, Chase? Like, wanted to come say hi." You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like
First name
"Oh my gosh."
basis.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's like, wait, I think this is a funny story. So there's this conference called Orange, and it's like this big conference for like family ministry teams. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty big. Like it's big, and I say big names there. It's people that like if you're in the youth ministry world, the children's ministry world, you know who these people are. Big authors, big speakers, that, you know, whatever.
Got it.
So there's this one worship leader who we get at youth camp every summer, and he's also at this Orange conference, and this happens like in this arena in Atlanta. Like there's like thousands of people at this thing. Well, last year I'm like walking up the stadium like to like the food area after like one of the sessions, and the worship leader, his name's Chris, is like walking down the stairs right
Chris
by
Dot
me.
Brown.
What?
Chris Dot Brown.
It is no, and his name's Chris. His name's Chris Cawley.
Okay.
And so like he's like walking down, and of course I'm like, I have to say hi. Also my students love him, so I was like, I have to like get a picture. So I literally go, "Hey, Chris." And he's like, "Hey." And I was like, "What's up?" And then I was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "I'm just acting like I know you. Like, hey, my name's Sarah. Like, I'm a youth, whatever." Like, it was just so funny because I'm just like acting like I know who
Yeah,
he is.
super
Like,
casual.
very casual. That's like, I guess when I met Bob Goff, everyone was like in line. Like people were in line to meet him.
Yeah.
So it was still pretty casual. Like I wasn't like fainting at Bob Goff's feet, but it was like an obvious like, oh, people are waiting to meet him and take pictures. Whereas like me meeting Chris Cawley, like it was just him.
It was
We passed
very-
each other, and I like acted like we were friends.
Very organic.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I think I already told this story on the podcast whenever I saw John Christ at the Camino and
Yes,
Dan and
you
Shay
were
concert and was
hyped up,
like,
you're funny.
"Hi, you're funny, bye." And he was like, "All right, bye."
No, you know, I think maybe we've talked about this too, where like as a kid, and this is, I think, Disney Channel's Starstruck. I think this is why as a child I thought this, that if I ever met a celebrity, I'd act like I didn't like them, and then they'd fall in love with me. Have we talked about this?
Does that happen in the movie?
In the movie Starstruck.
Wait,
She
I
doesn't-
love that
she, like,
movie and I don't even
she
know the plot.
She legitimately what? She like legitimately doesn't like the guy. She's like, "I don't really care about you," and he's like, "Oh, but why? I'm Christopher Wilde." And she's like, "So?"
Okay,
And then like they end up falling in love. And so I used to think that like if I ever met like Nick Jonas, I'd be like, "Nick Jonas who?" Like whatever.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I was watching Camp Rock like at the
Andreas,
beginning of-
what's your name again? You're Tony? Oh, you're Andreas? Oh, nice to meet you, I guess.
Oh, like what do you do? Like I've never heard of you before.
yeah, what's TikTok?
Yeah.
Finds this
Instagram, what is
podcast
that?
and they're like, "What? This girl's a psychopath."
Insane. It's the same. I was watching Camp Rock like at the beginning of quarantine, and the girl Mitchie, she's like Shane, whatever, you know, like he's extremely famous, and she's like, "You're not even that cool," and I'm like, "Girl, like what?" And then they like each other and stuff. That must be a Disney thing.
Everyone knows the plot of Camp Rock.
Okay, well
I'm just saying.
I have seen Camp Rock
Starstruck-
a lot of times, and this is the first time I realized, like, Mitchie, why don't you like this guy?
Starstruck had some real bangers.
Hero.
Wait,
That's
for
the
some
song.
reason, tell me why. Wait.
Pause the podcast. Go listen
was-
to this song.
I was trying to think of how it goes, and the first thing that came into my mind was, "I can be your hero, baby."
Dead.
That's what is that, Enrique?
Some
That song?
some
It's by-
other song called Hero.
How does it go?
Oh wait, I literally just had it in my brain until you started singing.
Wait, I'm about to like legit pull it up.
I'll be a hero. You'll be the one. You'll be the one. You'll be the
You'll be the one. I'll be a hero. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So good. And
That's
she's like
a great
standing
movie.
she's like standing on the balcony and he's like
Yeah.
singing the song and she's like, oh, and he like looks up at her and then she's gone. Like
Okay, I need to watch this movie. I don't remember that.
I recently when Disney Plus first
Something
came out,
about the sunshine,
Sunshine,
baby.
baby.
That's a good one too.
oh yeah, when they're in the car.
Yeah,
and
that
she's
the like
talking to
montage of them like
Jonathan.
on
Oh yeah.
shopping or whatever. That's what I remember from
Wait,
the movie.
I think we should like remake Disney Channel movies. Like me and you.
Like act and direct them.
Act, direct, produce, edit.
Perfect, done.
This might be our big break.
2 characters.
We're gonna play every single character there is. I think we need something that's gonna like make us big.
Okay, well this is it, Sarah. I'm pretty sure you just figured it out.
Well, I thought it was gonna be this podcast, but
Look, she's marinating.
she's the podcast.
The podcast. People get so confused when I refer to everything as she.
I normally understand. I think I was just confused. I was like, wait, are we calling the podcast she? Are we saying I'm marinating? Like I didn't really know what you were
We're
saying.
all marinating in the. Okay, I'm cutting that out. That's stupid.
Don't cut it out, that's funny.
Last week I edited approximately 0 things out of the podcast, which is like why I got it done so fast.
I think there was something at the end you cut out.
I think you're right, actually.
But it was just us like ranting about the same. Like I think it was just us like we had already said what you took out, and so you were like, you know,
Right. Speaking of music, this is my next thing I need to address. I mentioned it last week, and you were like, "Save it for."
Okay.
I kind of a story, not really. I'm trying to become team Spotify, guys. This is like the biggest breakthrough ever because I used to be the biggest like team Apple Music person. I will never, ever, ever, ever go to team Spotify. Which, what's funny is like a couple years ago, I guess I had already started using Apple Music, and my dad was like, Spotify Premium, like here you go. He like got a family plan, and I was like, okay, great, but like I was like already invested in Apple Music. So Brandon's asked, this podcast is not about Brandon, but he's just relevant today, I guess. He is using.
You've already told this story on the podcast.
Okay, so we know that he's using it. Recently, I've been seeing a bunch of stuff about how Apple Music is not the best, and I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right. So last week I tried to switch over to Spotify. Here's the thing. They gave me like 1 week of Spotify Premium. And then because I was trying to purchase it, you know, so I can activate Spotify Premium. And it like wouldn't take my money. Like I've literally tried to give them my money like literally 5 times and it won't work. I don't know why. So I'm currently team Apple Music now because well I like have both and I'm really truly ready to be team Spotify, but Spotify doesn't want to take my money, so
yeah, that's weird.
I'm still in the in-between.
I'm trying to think of where I was recently. Where was I at? I was somewhere playing music and someone was like, you have Spotify Premium? I was like, I've paid for Spotify Premium for the last 5 years of my life. Like, yes, I have Spotify. It was like a teenager or something. And they were like, oh. And I was like, also, you're 15 years old. I'm 23. So I can afford $10 Spotify. Like,
that was like their implication was like, you pay.
Yeah, they were like, I can't believe that you pay for Spotify. I was like, I can't believe you don't pay for Spotify. I mean, also, yeah, you're 15 and you don't have a job. So like, yeah, if your parents are going to pay for it, like sucks. But I've literally been paying for Spotify ever since I graduated high school because why would I not?
Yeah, well, so I was led astray because whenever I first started using it, I guess that's like their ploy is like they give it to you for free for like a week. And then I like went to go play songs. And it was not premium. And I was like, oh. And ads started popping up. And I was like, okay, let me try again. Don't know what's happening. I'm going to keep trying, I guess.
That's weird.
Yeah. Spent all this time, like, moving my playlist over from Apple Music to Spotify.
Yikes.
Still not completely done with that. But for the most part, it's chill.
Spotify, man. Yeah, I love Spotify. I'm ride or die.
Yeah.
There was something that I remember being like, I want to talk about this on the podcast. And like now I can't even remember what it was. Oh, I know. So our good friend Caroline sent me and a few other people this like quiz, and it's like, what's your dating personality?
Okay.
And but it's by this like, do you know what Delight Ministries is?
No.
It's like this like girls ministry like thing on Instagram, whatever. That's who like it's by. So it's like Christian based. It's not like wild or anything.
Okay.
And so then it gives you, and I'm going to pull up my results. So you like answer all these questions, and then it gives you like your dating personality. And so there's like a whole bunch of different ones, and it gives you like your percentage of each one.
Wait, how long does it take?
Not long at all.
We should take it right now.
Well, I already took it.
Well, can you send it to me?
Yeah. Okay, wait, I'll send it to you, and I'll talk about my answers while you take it.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, it's called these girls have a podcast called For the Girl, and then they made this like quiz. Okay, so these are the like options for the different personalities. Hold on, I'm trying to like get to my results. So there's the cautious, the romantic, the independent, the committed, the rescuer, and the flirt. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm 33% the cautious, and then 28% the romantic, and then the rest are like 11%, and then I have a 6%. So, but then they have a podcast that like explains what each one is.
Okay.
I don't know that I agree with mine fully, because the cautious, I think to an extent, I've listened to like half of the episode on the cautious, and then I'm going to listen to the romantic one because that was my like second highest, and they're like pretty close, because the cautious is like literally the girl who says that that's like her personality type. She's like, I'm literally always so nervous around to every boy I ever meet. And I was like, that's not me.
That's not
like,
you.
Not at all. And she was like, she literally said, this got me. She was like, how did she say it? She was like, anytime I walk into a coffee shop and the baristas are all male, she's like, I panic. And I'm like,
gosh.
I was like 100% not me. But then there are some other things that go with it that I did agree with. So I'm interested to listen to the romantic one and see if like
that's more accurate.
But it's just really interesting, these like Jesus personality dating types. Like,
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to like, can we like, we're going to cut out the time that's about to
like cut this out.
Okay, great.
Can you do can you like speed this part up?
Yeah, that'll be funny.
The time lapse kind of?
Yeah. Even though I'm like just been staring at my phone in this one position, so it's like not even gonna look like anything.
Well, I like picked up my phone a few times.
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe I can put some like Jeopardy music.
Wait, yes.
See, I'm always so tempted to like actually edit the video and make like stuff funny out of it, but then I'm like, I don't need. Once I get in, what am I trying to say? Once I do it once, I can't stop. So yeah. I'm trying to not.
Honestly, that's my favorite thing about YouTubers, people who like edit, that are like really funny editors.
Yeah.
It's also funny to me, like some YouTubers that like edit their own content, and then when you find out that there are some that like don't, I was like, wait, what? Like someone was like, oh, I can't remember who it was. They were like, hey, when you edit this, like do this, and then they like did something, and I was like, wait, you're not editing your own video?
Oh my gosh, wait, that's a good topic. Yeah, I feel like more people now are not editing their own videos.
Definitely.
Which I wish someone would edit for me. I don't know, it's kind of fun. It just takes so long.
Yeah.
You're 4 months into a relationship. What's your biggest struggle? No. LOL. Oh, last one. Okay, I didn't even see the number thing. I love how the last one they dropped the like, do you pray for your future husband? Like, even though all 19 other questions were not directly spiritual.
Yeah. I'm also still laughing at
Oh, okay, here we go. Katie Fisk.
Yeah, once you do that, your results will come up right there.
Oh, cool.
Once you put in your name and everything.
Did you like the podcast that they did?
Well, I only listened to like half of the first one. And it was okay. Like it wasn't terrible, but wasn't like my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was good.
Okay, I got 33% the romantic,
Okay.
22% the flirt,
Oh.
and all the rest, there's 4 other ones, are
Yeah.
all 11%.
Okay. Okay.
Independent,
Interesting.
committed, rescuer, and cautious.
Yeah.
So your first one was my last one?
That's crazy. Well, my lowest one was the flirt. Like I think I had like 7% on that.
Okay.
Interesting. But see, the romantic was my second highest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which maybe you might identify with that one more, which I would say that about myself. Maybe we can come back on another podcast and you can tell me if you think I'm an Enneagram 4.
Okay. Wait, is that
Didn't
what you
I say on the first podcast that I didn't want to talk about the Enneagram on this podcast?
Yeah, and here we are. Also, remember when we said we weren't going to talk about TikTok every episode?
Except here we are.
I don't feel bad.
Me either. This is our podcast.
But no, I think I'm going to listen to more. I'm going to finish the podcast of the cautious one. I'm going to listen to the romantic. I might just listen to all of them and just see. Because I'm not 100% sure that I think that my highest one is the cautious or whatever.
Yeah.
But
also, some of the questions were like
situational.
That's exactly the word that I was going to say, because situational, and also like hypothetically my heart is broken right now because I just broke up with my boyfriend yesterday, and so it's like that will like some of the answers were like that's not like my personality throughout consistently, but it's like one of the answers was like, oh, you haven't been on a date because you just got out of a long-term relationship. Like, yeah, that's not a personality trait. That's like where you're at in your life.
No, definitely. And like the one that you said that was like, someone asks for your number, what do you do? Yeah. Is it a stranger at the gas station? Or am I at Lighthouse Coffee? And like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just different.
Very different.
That's why I feel like people who make generalizations, and I feel like especially in the Christian world, people will like just make these broad generalizations. That's the word I'm looking for. About dating and like things you should and shouldn't do. And it's like, you can't, like, yes, there are some things that like we're going to say we're not doing, right? Like there are some, like, I'm not saying all things, but there's also like some things that are just dependent on the person and dependent on, you know?
Totally.
And so it's like, I don't know that it's fair to be like, this is.
Oh, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, no, I don't like boxy stuff like that. Like, I don't care what this quiz says about me. I'm just gonna live my life. And
well, I mean, yeah, this is not like defining me in any way other than like it was just fun to like take the quiz.
No, it was fun. I did enjoy it.
I'm dead.
Rename.
That's like those what's those like teen magazines. Wait, I'm screaming. Those like teen magazines that like always had those quizzes in them. I was always obsessed
17
with them.
Mag.
Yes.
Something about, I like see the logo in my head. It's like Bop something about a circle.
I don't know. It's been so long. Wait, do you remember as a kid you playing MASH?
Absolutely. That was everything in class.
I remember that like I would really get like legitimately upset if it like didn't go my way, and I'd be like, but I don't want to marry them.
Yeah.
I don't want. I like, and I'd be like, this is not, and I'd have to be like, this is not real.
LOL.
Like, this is what MASH says does not means absolutely nothing.
I just got so spooked because Delight Ministries just came across my computer screen, but that's because I just gave them my email. And I knew that they were, but I was like, wait, what?
Dang.
Makes
I got to
sense.
be like, wait, what's going on?
Did you ever have those Coke or Pepsi books?
No.
Okay, it was like kind of the same. I guess it's like a book, just like, I don't know, like a diary almost of like these interactive things.
Okay.
And Scholastic Book Fair, that's where you would get them from.
Oh, classic.
Classic. So I always
Dang.
got those, and those were fun. They had like little activities and stuff like that.
That's fun. Yeah, no, I was all about things that like I would always want the books, like the journal books that like gave you prompts to like write about yourself. Like, oh, I have a million of those probably.
Wait, I'm dead. I have a book in my room. I think it's here. 542 things to write about.
Yes. No, it's also funny that Justice is talking about boys. It's funny to think back from when I was like in elementary school and like liked a boy.
Yeah.
And how I thought I was so grown.
Of course.
But like I was really in like the 4th grade and like who cares when you're in the 4th grade?
I'm dying. I had this boyfriend in 2nd and 3rd grade. Yeah, we were very committed. Except like we didn't talk to each other over the summer, you know? It was like only at school. Yes. And I remember one time he like called my house phone and I was like, I'll call you back. Or so I was like about to leave and I was like, I'll call you back. And then I get home and I'm like, I can't call him back because I don't know his number. And it was like on the house phone, but it was like a cord phone. So I like had no way of telling. And I felt so bad. I was like, he's going to think I don't like him because I can't call him back.
This is so funny. No, it's like funny to think about like the things, even me, like honestly, even like high school me.
We don't need to get into it. Well, it was entertaining for sure.
I just think it's funny, like my thought process of like how I thought, like, okay, I'm trying to think of an example. Like thinking that like if I like knew that this certain boy like went to all the baseball games, and so like I started going to all the baseball games thinking that like, oh great, he's gonna notice me and then like me because I also go to the baseball, you know what I mean? Or like, oh, I know the way that he walks to class, I'm gonna walk that way, he's gonna notice me and then he's gonna like, that's just not how it works.
That's how it is in the movies, and how Hollywood has created false expectations in my brain.
That's actually probably so true.
Well, like I relate to that because I am the romantic, apparently, as we see by this Zoom title. There we go. I always think that's why like the guy in my class, I'm like, we're gonna fall in love one day. He just doesn't know it yet. He's going to ask me for a ruler. I'm going to be like, sure. Okay. And then we talk and we like make eye contact. That's so it.
No, here's my question though. I would say maybe not all girls, but I would say a lot of girls probably do that, right? Like think that that's what's going to happen because of the movies and whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Do you think boys do like think like that sometimes too, or no?
Absolutely not. Boys don't think, period.
Oh. All of our male followers are about to but like, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Because like girls, like I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, here's an example. One of my best friends who's getting married in January, shout out Tyler, and then Andrew, her fiance. She like told me the story once about how Andrew's roommate like got a new girlfriend, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what's the tea? And she was like, I don't know, because Andrew was just like, oh hey, you know, so and so has a new girlfriend. And Tyler was like, okay, like, what? And he was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, like, he didn't tell you anything? And he was like, no, he just came home one day, told me he had a girlfriend, went to his room, I went to my room.
Yeah.
And Tyler was like, that would literally never happen. I was like, yeah, that's because the second a boy looks at me, I'm, like, texting all my friends, I found my husband.
Literally. Okay, so let's set the record straight. Obviously, all these things can go, like, across all the genders. And, like, I'm not trying to stereotype anyone. Yeah. But I will say that I do think women are totally more like detail oriented than guys when it comes to like romantic relational things. That's just how we are.
Well, here's my question, because okay, I'm this way. I think a lot of females are this way, where like I read into every little thing.
Absolutely.
Every little thing. Every little thing.
Okay, well, I think it's a discipline to like not do that, because
oh no, definitely.
I've been burned before being like, this happened and this happened, so like they obviously are in love with me. And then
Yeah.
they're definitely not.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. I'm saying this is very unhealthy. I'm not saying that this is the way we should live our lives, but like it happens sometimes, you know, like
Yeah. Well,
so that's
Sarah, you're definitely the romantic, or I don't know what this quiz is about, but we have the same like type of thing because I think about, I'm not trying to out Kendall, but like Kendall's not like that. Like Kendall will
Yeah.
literally, she's much more naive, which I was gonna say, I think that's how guys are, is like
Okay. No, I would agree.
I don't know. I also consider myself to be like a pretty intuitive person. So that
Okay.
also adds to the mix of like, I'm overthinking everything because I'm like trying to read all the situations that I'm in at all
Yeah.
times. But if you're not like that, I guess it's easier to like look over the small details or not even consider them at all.
No, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, because no, I'm looking into every detail ever. And I'm like, oh, but then but I'm also not the person, like, I'll look into all the details and I go back and forth. I'll be like, wait, does this mean that he likes me? Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. There's no way. Or maybe, like, and I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. But
Yeah,
I also would say that this isn't a bad thing because I think we should have standards. Like, we should definitely have standards.
absolutely.
Sometimes I get to myself and I'm like, are my standards a little too high? Because
I think, yeah.
I'm like, I have yet to find anyone that meets my standards. Does this mean that I'm never
Like,
going
am I the problem, you know?
to?
See, just kidding. I was gonna be like,
Hey, do
impossible.
you
No.
think that's a problem? This turns into like a serious like episode
Seriously,
about.
therapy.
But wait, no, like you
No,
want
no,
me to.
no, no.
Oh,
So,
okay. Like, do you think I am the problem?
no, okay, I think
Everyone listening to the podcast
standards.
said, yes, Sarah, you are the problem.
Wait,
What?
did I just unplug my mic? It's fine. We're good now.
Okay.
Anyway, segue. There's a shadow because I have a light. Segue. I watched last night Michael Todd. He's doing this relationship goals reloaded. Have you watched
Yeah,
any of it?
I haven't watched any of it. I want to read the book. Like, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I think it was the second one. I'm kind of watching them out of order, just like as they pop up. I was like, oh, sure, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
But this one is called Rip Up Your List. And
Oh no, at me.
at everyone ever. And like, I love Michael Todd. I think we've probably talked about him, but
Yeah.
it goes beyond relationships, but it's very applicable to what we're saying right now about standards, because I
Yeah.
think you definitely need a healthy balance of like, yeah, have standards. Like, I think that's really great.
But also not be like an extremist.
Well, yeah, and like if you have like a very set list of like these 10 characteristics that you like want in a guy, and like you're not gonna marry someone unless they have these 10 characteristics, it's like that's not when like God brings you the person that he wants you to marry and that guy doesn't meet your 10 characteristics, like you're setting yourself up for unrealistic frustration.
No, definitely. And I think when I say standard, I don't mean like, I mean, obviously I have a preference of like, I've always said that I need someone that's going to match my energy.
Right.
I can't deal with like quiet people. No offense to you, quiet people. Love ya. But just not for my husband. Like, this is big for me. I have to have someone that can hold their own. Mm-hmm. Like, if I bring you to a family my family's crazy. My family's loud. They talk. We like to have fun. If I have to babysit you, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need you to be able to hold conversations with people. I don't need to babysit you all the time. Those kind of things, those aren't like deal breakers. Like, if I meet my husband and he's not super loud and talkative, I'm not going to be like,
you're out.
But like things, and this isn't even really a standard. This is just like the like basic,
the bare minimum
of like, obviously loves and follows our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen. Preach.
Prayer life, reading the word, like things like this that like that's the bare minimum. Like,
those are like non-negotiables. Like, I wouldn't even, not to be rude, but like if you are not following Jesus, I feel like as a Christian you shouldn't be giving that person the time of day. That's really
not for a relationship. No,
exactly.
And so that's what I mean by standard, I think. But I also, because like characteristics like personality traits, I obviously have preference.
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, when I meet you, let me go down my list.
LOL. No, I totally have a joke with myself, and now it's a joke with you guys that I'm never gonna date anyone ever again that doesn't drink coffee, because all of my failed relationships in my life, the common theme is that none of them liked coffee, and so that has to be it, right?
No. I don't think so.
No, I'm like I said, that's a joke. But stuff like that, or like I love music and I love playing music, and so like I want to marry an instrumentalist. Like I think that would be great.
Katie, I say all the freaking time that my husband has to be a musician.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe that's like not the healthiest thing for me to think.
Well, it's like,
I'm like,
God, this is my desire. Like, fine, if I meet my husband, like he can learn how to play the guitar. Like we'll do it together. It'll be fine. But that is a desire of mine for sure.
oh, me too, 100%. 100%.
Like I need me and my husband like at the piano on Sunday morning worshiping with our kids. All
Okay,
the whole.
now I'm gonna start crying. It's fine. Here's my question though. Sometimes I get worried of like, where am I gonna meet my husband?
Okay, we talked about this sometime, I don't know. And it's like very different when you're not in college anymore.
When you're not in college, because I really thought that I was gonna meet my husband in college, but here we are. So
look, I want to say we're almost out of time, but so I'm not going to go too in depth with my response to that.
Okay.
The stereotype is like, oh, you're going to meet your husband at church. That's not impossible. However, I don't think that's like, you don't need to, if you meet your husband somewhere else, it's just
I know,
gonna
but like,
happen. You go places.
What do you mean? Like
of
when
all people, you go places.
No, I do. I think I'm always anytime I go to like a conference or something, I'm always like, this is it.
Yeah, I guess this is also in my brain
it.
of like I just believe in like the magical aspect of like being in a relationship and stuff. So it's like I truly believe that the day I meet my actual husband, it's like gonna just happen by chance, and like I'm not gonna see it coming.
Oh yeah, that's what no, same. It's just like a movie, like, you know what I mean? Like you want it to be like a movie, and like wait, shoot, I just thought of something. Relationship. Oh, have you ever read the thing that says that like 80% of people, I don't know if that's the correct statistic, but something like that, like have met their future spouse by the age of like 20?
See, that's cool and all, except there's probably also a statistic about people that don't move away from where they grow up. And I'm not one of, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, but I don't think I'm going to be one of those people. So I feel like I'm outside, that me and you both, maybe if we move to LA, are outside of.
When we move to LA.
When we move to LA, we will not be held captive by the 80%.
But I'm also in a place pretty far from where I grew up as well. So
True. Yeah, you're fine.
But sometimes I think about that, and then I start racking my brain of like, who do I know that I would be okay marrying? And I'm like,
I think also something very interesting.
Starts listing people on the podcast. I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ himself. That's the end of my list. I'm just kidding, guys. Love you all.
Jesus Christ.
I think there's also something so interesting about familiarity. Is that? I'm sorry, I can't say the word. Familiarity.
Okay, what do you mean?
Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So it's like people that you know and people that you're familiar with, it's probably easier to be in a relationship. Or it's like why people get back with their ex every time. Like that's
100.
Like it feels safe somehow. I don't know.
100%.
So maybe that I'm just like reading into your statistic a little bit to say how we're not gonna be it.
No, I don't think that's gonna be me because I love everyone in my life. I'm not saying I hate any of you, but like I don't think that any of you are my future husband.
Yeah, but also
what are fine because I'm sure you're not think that about me. So you know what I mean? Like
someone listening to the podcast right now like wants to marry you and they're like so crushed.
Speak now, people. This is your time.
This is your shoot your shot.
Slide into my DMs.
Slide into her text messages.
Actually, yeah. If you have my phone number, text me. If you don't have my phone number, DM me and maybe, I don't know. Lil Huddy, if you're listening, can you tell Andreas Lopez that I am very available?
Kale, if you're listening, come to the other 5 guys next time.
Katie, you know what's funny? Sometimes I think this is just me, like, again, being like just thinking unrealistically.
Yeah,
and like we're laughing about like, oh, Kale, if you're listening, oh, Lil Huddy, if you're listening. What if one day they do? What if they just like happen upon our podcast and then they listen and they're like, oh my gosh, these girls talked about me? Be like,
yeah, well, we will never know unless we keep doing the podcast.
That's true. I mean, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon.
I plan on bringing this podcast to the grave. How many times have I said grave?
A lot.
An unnecessary amount. Graves into Gardens by Elevation Worship.
That's exactly where my brain went. I think that, Katie, maybe this is it.
What?
Like, this is our big break.
See, I have a really hard time with this concept. Not what you just said, but the fact that things take time. And that things are not automatic, and like I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I do think it's possible to become famous overnight, but like quality things take persistence, and like I'm not cool with that. I'm so impatient.
Definitely
stuff like that.
Kitty, I also think not to just like group us together and like just make us a duo, even though we already are. We have a podcast together.
Definitely are.
I feel like if we both lived in LA, the content that we could create, you know what I mean? Like, we could be doing all the things, and I really think that we would be hilarious and people would love us.
Sarah, we might have to end the podcast and then for real talk about this.
But you know what I mean, though? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. We have what it takes. The people just haven't found us yet.
I'm just confused as to why when we both lived in Baton Rouge, we weren't doing things like this, because this could have been it.
Okay, that aggravates me so much. Hindsight 2020, when like people move away. Okay, the only example I have in my brain is like me and Katie Price are better friends now that she doesn't live here than when she was here, which is just stupid because what were we doing?
Yeah. Or
when you lived here, what were we doing?
Why would we not doing this podcast when I lived in Baton Rouge? We could be doing all the things.
Maybe one day we'll live in the same city again.
When we move
to LA, we can.
What big church is in LA?
Everyone. Mosaic.
Okay.
Zoe.
If y'all are hiring
Hillsong. Hillsong LA.
Yeah, if you're hiring a youth pastor, let me know.
If you're hiring a graphic designer, let me know.
Just kidding. Now, someone from my church is going to be listening, and they're like, Sarah's trying to leave. I'm not trying to leave right now, okay?
Right now. Podcast listeners, come to the YouTube video if you want the inside scoop.
Wait, I kind of forgot that like everyone's not watching the video.
Yeah, we have more listeners than viewers.
Come on, y'all. The videos are funny.
Yeah, but I also totally get it. Like, I think I was asking someone, like, what is the incentive? Like, why? Maybe we talked about this. Like, why do both when video is what, you can accomplish both with video? Because it's like people listen to podcasts while they're doing other things, and it doesn't make as much sense to watch a video while you're doing other things. And we're just sitting here. It's like not really that big of a visual component, except I do think it's way better to see our facial expressions.
Oh, for sure, because we're both people that make faces.
We are both people that make faces, period. Sarah McCurley 2020. Good. Profound. Seriously profound.
I can't breathe. You know what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant.
Okay.
Sarah, that was good. That was good content.
Have really good facial expressions.
I'm gonna put your quote on a graphic.
When we have a merch shop, we're gonna make t-shirts that say we're both people who what did I say? We're both people who make faces.
Link in bio for I almost said link in bio for description. Link in description for the merch site.
Yo, truly though, sometimes people always people tell me a lot that I can't hide what I'm feeling because my face tells it all, which I totally agree with.
Am I good?
I'm about to say, are you okay?
My throat.
All right, everybody, this is actually now Katie Fisk's funeral.
Back to the grave. Come on. Okay. Whatever.
But yeah, no, I feel like people tell me a lot that I like have vivid facial expressions.
You wear your emotions on your face.
100%.
I don't think I do that.
Well, I don't think that I do. I can definitely control it. But I think a lot of times I'm just like, I don't care if you know how I feel.
Yeah, you're like,
I don't
great.
care if you know that I'm annoyed or that I'm irritated or whatever. You know, like, whatever.
Yeah. I'm cutting this off.
Yeah, how long has it been? Probably a really long time.
Like, definitely over an hour, but I also took that quiz for approximately 45 minutes in the middle of this, so.
That's true.
I'm sorry for coughing. I don't know how loud it's going to be.
Okay, Katie, I literally cackled for a solid minute earlier. I can't imagine what that audio is going to sound like, and I apologize now.
You're right. It's fine. I'll make it quieter.
Thanks.
Or louder.
I think, you know what, we should, like, pull a prank, or maybe, and, like, put out a...
I can't wait to hear this.
It's really not that funny. Maybe I'm just going crazy. We should...
Wait, I just thought of a funny podcast prank too.
Okay, wait, we should prank our listeners and like put out like a 45-minute podcast, but it's really just our laughs over and over and over and over and over. Like you just clip together all of our laughs. Like
yeah. April Fool's Day, another funny one I just thought of. We release the podcast and they go to listen to it and it's just a pacer test over and over again.
And this is why we have approximately 9 listeners.
Oh my gosh. We release it and it's like an hour of the same song on repeat.
It's me just going, loser,
Yeah.
loser.
Okay, April Fool's Day. We passed April.
Yeah, we already passed
April.
April Fool's.
Wait, why did we not?
That's
think
okay.
of that?
April Fool's 2021, where no one remembers us talking about this joke. And then when it happens, everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, they told us that was going to happen.
We should have known. Yeah, Or we're going to do it randomly so we can really get away with it.
Yes.
The next week that I'm like, Sarah, I'm not feeling the podcast this week, that's when we're going to do it.
Or we're going to tell everybody that like Kale's on the podcast, but then really it's just going to be like us laughing the whole time.
I'm screaming. Are we keeping this in?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool. Because then all of our loyal listeners are going to know.
That's okay.
Okay.
Points for you.
You're right.
Great.
Guys, this was fun.
It was.
It was a good time.
This was a fun one.
They're
always fun.
Yeah, they are. Thanks for listening.
Kate. What? Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. I don't know what drugs Katie's on right now. Thanks for listening. For real, though, we love doing this. Even if you hate it, we're going to keep doing it. So I don't know why I was going to say, if you love us doing it, let us know. I mean, you should let us know if you... I'm still convinced, y'all. Let's talk about this real quick.
Okay.
Every week, every single week, we say, let us know when you're listening, blah, blah, blah. And then a total of like 3 people let us know, when I know for a fact there are more views and listens than that.
Correct. Look, if you want to stay in silence, stay in silence. I don't care.
I do.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. The podcast is canceled.
At first I was like, the real what? And then I realized the G in lasagna. Funny.
I think
Lil Huddy, can you just go ahead and DM us? We know you're listening. Let's just get this going.
We'll set up a meeting. It'll be fine.
Yeah. We'll set up we'll add you to the Zoom next week.
Yeah, we'll just bring you on. It'll be totally chill.
You and Andreas Lopez, please and thank you. If Andreas can't do it,
We'll reschedule.
we'll reschedule.
I'm dead.
Oh, honey's like, wow, you're just using me to get to Andreas.
Correct.
You're 100% correct.
You at the
Okay,
beginning of this podcast mad at me for not barely even using your story for my one stupid point.
Wait, what?
You were like, so you're using me. You didn't even care about what I have for dinner.
Because you didn't.
I did.
Okay, now we're
Goodbye.
fighting.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. We love you
Thanks,
guys so
y'all.
much.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thanks, YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Hit the like button, smash the subscribe red thing, turn on post notifications while you're at it, drop a comment. If you made it to the end of this video, comment.
A turtle emoji.
No, something funny. Comment,
Wait, roast us with the fairy thing. If you know.
Yes!
If you know about the fairy, please. I would scream.
Please, I'm here for it. Roast us with the fairy emojis.
I'm dead.
My guess right now is the only person who comments is going to be Abby Johnson.
Okay, maybe so. I had faith in Brandon too.
Oh, Brandon Dast. Please.
I was trying to think of people that understand the fairy thing.
I feel like, well, I don't know. I also think that everyone knows everything that I do, which is not accurate.
No one knows about the fairy thing. And if you don't know about the fairy thing, tune in next week for another podcast.
Sorry that we're just like smarter than you.